Oof, not the prettiest day for Palantir stock today, guys, and the entire stock market for that matter, which at this point, you guys already know that markets are down, all the indexes are getting hit, and now the VIX, when I'm making this video, is up around 10%. And Palantir, by the way, we'll break that down here, is down almost 6% on the day. So we have a lot to cover, but before we get into it, guys, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 100,000 subs here on YouTube, and get your 30 stocks from Moomoo. You have less than 5 days to do it. Use that link down below or go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo. Deposit at least $100. You get 5 stocks. Deposit at least $2,000. You get 25 more stocks, and your uninvested cash for now will earn up to 8.1% APY. So again, guys, check out the link down below or go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo. You have less than 5 days to get on this deal. Get on it, guys. And now let's dive into it. So Palantir, man, back down to $91 per share. We're now down 5.5% on the day, and we've pretty much been downtrending the entire day, like obviously the entire stock market has as well, right? We have the S&P down 1.3% right now. QQQ's down 2%. The Russell's down 1.3%, and the Dow's down over 0.5%. Not the best day overall for these indexes, right? And Palantir and pretty much every stock for that matter on my watch list. So if we pull up these different time frames here, guys, we are now taking out the lows from Tuesday, yesterday, and from Monday. We're actually starting to, break trend here a little bit, at least on the 5-day, 5-minute. We're under both moving averages as well, and we have a death cross here, but if you pull up the 30-minute chart, Palantir still looks really good, does it not? Let me actually get this channel tool out to show you guys we are still holding an uptrend, and we're up, we're still up massively. The stock was at $78 about 2 weeks ago, or I guess exactly 2 weeks ago, and now we're at 91. We're still up a whopping $13 per share, or about 16%. And if all goes well in the short term, that is, obviously long term, I think Palantir is going to go a lot higher, but in the very short term here, if the bulls hold where we're at now, 90, 91, 92, we start getting some buying pressure here, this could easily end up reversing, maybe for a move back to the mid-high 90s based on this 30-minute time frame. And of course, with the tariffs, the trade war, April 2nd coming up, right? The uncertainty, the volatility. If the overall market continues to get squashed here in the short term, this goes out the window for the most part, right? Palantir is probably going to break trend here in the short term. Maybe it starts going back to the mid-high 80s, which for the long-term people out there, that could open up a nice opportunity to buy more shares, right? But if you're looking to swing trade it for the traders out there looking for a bounce in the short term, that wouldn't be good. We want to get a pop here at $90 to $92, which is where we're at now. And I'm thinking, hey, it's only Wednesday. We're halfway through the week now, pretty much. If we get a rebound, I guess over halfway through the week, but if the overall stock market rebounds on tomorrow, Thursday, Friday as well, this could be a nice trade. You might have to buy it, not financial advice, but if you want to bank on a rebound, right, you might have to pick it up today. But at the time of this video, the market's already closed. But if you bought this dip and we get an overall rebound in the stock market, right, I think Palantir is going to bounce back to the mid-high 90s. That could be a nice trading opportunity. But again, it's risky because if we see the VIX crack over 20 on Thursday or Friday, maybe this sell-off accelerates. We start breaking trend on SPY and QQQ on the 30-minute chart, which right now we're holding this little uptrend on SPY and QQQ. If these start breaking trend, yeah, Palantir might get worse in the short term. That's the reality, which is good for the long-term people that want to buy more shares, but again, not the best for people that want to trade it in the short term and are kind of banking on a short-term rebound, right? So I'm very curious to see, man, what we end up doing here on these indexes. On the 1 hour chart, you guys see SPY, or this is QQQ. I'm sure SPY looks the same, but QQQ is holding above the 180 SMA here on the 1 hour chart, right? That's a good sign in the short term. SPY probably is as well. Yeah, you guys see it here. So I'm curious to see, do we actually rebound heading into the end of this week? It kind of looks like we might, potentially. We're a bit oversold on the RSI here, on the 1 hour chart, on SPY and QQQ. We're pretty beaten up, right? Let's get the confirmation. Let's wait and see if we get the confirmation. Let's say we start gapping up on Thursday morning. We see Palantir start trickling up, 92, 93 bucks. That could be the confirmation. It still looks pretty decent in my eyes on the 1 hour chart. Palantir, that is. And of course, on the 4 hour chart, the inverse head and shoulders is still very much so intact. We are now slipping a little bit under the 180 SMA, but we're still above the 50 SMA here on the 4 hour. So for me, I think it's a waiting game. If I'm looking to get into this as a trade, I'm going to wait and see kind of how things play out for the rest of today. It's about to be power hour, or actually now it is power hour when I'm making this video, and I'm curious to see how we look in the morning. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Pretty bad day today in terms of Palantir in the markets, but honestly, I've seen worse. That's the reality. I have seen worse. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. And by the way, make sure to join the free email list. I send out my top stocks weekly, again, for free, right to your inbox. Put your first name and your email address using that link right down below. And guys, you're in there. You're locked in. So make sure you do that. And let me run through some stocks that somehow are green today. Well, I guess this isn't a stock, but SQQQ is a great way to trade red days, essentially. It's a bear ETF. It's a 3x leveraged ETF on QQQ. So if the NASDAQ 100 is down, 2% on a day, in theory, SQQQ would be up around 6%. In this case, QQQ's down 2%. SQQQ's only up around 5%, so it's not perfect. But this is a great way if you want to day trade, some volatility, the red day, or even like a 1, 2, 3 day trade, even though you're not really supposed to swing trade SQQQ. It's a great way to do it if you have more experience. I wouldn't trust it, or I wouldn't really trade this if I was a beginner, right? But that's a great way to kind of make some money on a red day. We have other stocks in the green today. Somehow, some way, Hershey, HSY is in the green. We have this one up 2.5%. It's very beaten up in the short term and over the last couple of months, guys. But Hershey looks like it's trying to maybe bounce off these moving averages on the 4 hour chart, maybe retake 170, 175. That could be the breakout spot on Hershey. And Starbucks today, guys, is up as well. Starbucks looks decent on the charts. We're not really confirming a breakout or anything like that, but we definitely are maintaining trend, which I'm actually liking here, guys. So I'm going to set my alert at $101 on Starbucks. Let's see if we actually break out of there. That is right by the 180 or the 50 SMA, and right by the highs from around a week ago, 2 weeks ago, about 100, 101. So if Starbucks is able to get out of there, we might start moving, guys. We might start moving on this thing, but it all depends, obviously, on the overall market as well, because Starbucks is down 20 bucks per share overall during this market sell-off, or about 15-20%. Not the best in the short term for Starbucks. So what do you guys think overall? Let me know in the comments. Hit that like button. Do not forget to subscribe for more content. We're on the road to 100,000 subs on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. And get your 30 stocks from Moomoo. Use that link down below. Deposit at least $100. You get 5 stocks. Deposit at least $2,000. You get 25 more stocks, and your uninvested cash now will earn up to 8.1% APY. Guys, I'm telling you, it's a no-brainer, and you have less than 5 days to get those stocks. So again, use that link down below or go to stocksurfs.com/moo. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next one.